Okay, I will craft the voiceover script based on your outline and the detailed stylistic requirements. Here is the script. Hello, dear friends. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or perhaps you've struggled to recall a familiar name, a name that's right on the tip of your tongue. You're not alone in this. As we journey past the age of 65, many of us start to notice these little memory hiccups. They can be unsettling. Can't they? It's natural to feel a twinge of concern when these moments happen. But what if I told you that a significant portion of this isn't just an inevitable part of getting older? What if our daily habits play a much bigger role than we think? Neuroscientists, those brilliant people who study the intricate workings of our brains, have been gently sounding a warning. They've observed that memory issues in individuals over 65 are often linked to specific lifestyle patterns. It's a serious matter, but one where we have more power than we might realize. Today, we're going to talk about this, not to cause alarm, but to bring understanding and, most importantly, hope. We're going to uncover 6 common habits that can act as silent thieves, potentially robbing us of up to 90% of our precious memories. Knowing what they are is the first step to protecting what's dear to us. And stick with me, because after we identify these memory culprits, we'll explore a practical guide to help rescue and safeguard our memories. So let's begin by shedding light on these 6 memory-stealing habits. The first habit, and it's a very common one in our busy world, is consistently not getting enough sleep, or what some call chronic late nights. Think of your brain like a diligent librarian who works tirelessly all day. Nighttime, when you sleep, is when this librarian sorts all the new information, files away the important memories, and clears out the unnecessary clutter. When we repeatedly stay up too late, we disrupt this crucial process. Our brain's natural rhythm, its internal biological clock, gets thrown off balance. This directly impacts its ability to consolidate memories, to move them from short-term storage to long-term safekeeping. Some studies even suggest that each hour of lost sleep can chip away at our cognitive reserves. It's not just about feeling tired the next day. It's about shortchanging your brain's essential maintenance work. The second habit that can be a major foe to our memory is indulging in a high-sugar diet. We all enjoy a sweet treat now and then, don't we? But when our diet is consistently high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, it can wreak havoc on our body and brain. Imagine your brain trying to function on fuel that causes constant spikes and crashes. High sugar intake leads to rapid changes in blood sugar levels. This can, over time, contribute to inflammation and insulin resistance, both of which are known to negatively affect brain cells and their ability to communicate. Think of it like this. Too much sugar can cloud your thinking and make it harder for your brain to form and retrieve memories efficiently. It's a bit like trying to drive a car with sticky, inefficient fuel. Our third memory thief is a lack of social interaction. As humans, we are fundamentally social creatures. Our brains thrive on connection, conversation, and shared experiences. When we become isolated, or if our social circles shrink significantly, our brains don't get the regular stimulation they need. Social engagement challenges our minds. It makes us think, listen, respond, and empathize. This mental exercise is vital for maintaining cognitive function, including memory. When we lack these interactions, our brains can become less active, almost like a muscle that isn't being used. This inactivity can unfortunately accelerate memory decline. It's a gentle reminder that connecting with others is not just good for the soul, but also for the mind. Next up, number 4, is a habit that many of us might be guilty of, especially in modern life, a sedentary lifestyle, or simply put, sitting too much and not moving enough. Our bodies, and importantly our brains, are designed for movement. When we spend long hours sitting, our blood circulation can become sluggish. Your brain needs a rich, constant supply of oxygen and nutrients, which are delivered by your blood. Reduced physical activity means reduced blood flow to the brain. This can impair the health of brain cells and affect the intricate processes involved in memory formation and recall. It's a bit like a garden. If the water flow is weak, the plants don't flourish. Our brain needs that good flow to stay vibrant. The fifth habit we need to be mindful of is excessive alcohol consumption. While a little bit of something might be fine for some, drinking too much alcohol too often can have a direct toxic effect on our nerve cells, including those in the brain. Alcohol can interfere with the communication pathways between brain cells. It can also impact the hippocampus, a key area of the brain responsible for forming new memories. Research has consistently shown a strong link between heavy alcohol use and an increased risk of memory problems and cognitive decline. It's a stark reminder that moderation is truly key when it comes to alcohol and preserving our brain health. And finally, the sixth habit that can significantly steal our memories is chronic, unmanaged stress. Life inevitably brings stresses, that's a given. But when we live in a state of constant high alert, when worry and pressure become our daily companions, our brains suffer. Under long-term stress, our bodies produce an excess of certain hormones, like cortisol. While cortisol is helpful in short bursts for fight or flight situations, persistently high levels can be damaging. These stress hormones can interfere with the brain's ability to encode new memories and retrieve old ones. Think of it as a constant static noise that makes it hard to hear or think clearly. That's what chronic stress can do to our memory pathways. Now, hearing about these 6 habits might feel a bit disheartening. You might be thinking, "Oh dear, I do some of these things." But please, my friends, don't let this information cause you distress. The purpose of sharing this is not to point fingers, but to empower you with knowledge. Because the truly wonderful news is that our brains are remarkably resilient, and it's often never too late to make positive changes. So let's move on to the most hopeful part, our memory self-rescue guide. What can we actively do to counteract these habits and protect our precious memories? First, let's talk about lifestyle adjustments. If lack of sleep is an issue, try to establish a regular sleep schedule. Create a restful bedtime routine. Aim for quality, restorative sleep. This is when your brain does its essential memory work. Regarding diet, if high sugar is a concern, focus on a balanced, brain-healthy diet. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats like those found in fish and nuts. Reduce processed foods and sugary drinks. You'll not only feel better, but your brain will thank you. To combat lack of social interaction, make an effort to connect with others. Join a club, volunteer, call a friend, spend time with family. Even small interactions can make a big difference in stimulating your mind. If you've been too sedentary, introduce more movement into your day. It doesn't have to be strenuous. Gentle walks, gardening, stretching, or a light exercise class can significantly improve blood flow to your brain. Every little bit helps. Concerning alcohol, if you drink, consider moderating your intake or even taking a break. Your brain cells will appreciate it. And for managing stress, explore relaxation techniques. This could be deep breathing exercises, meditation, spending time in nature, listening to calming music, or engaging in a hobby you love. Finding healthy ways to cope with stress is crucial for memory. Beyond these lifestyle shifts, we can also actively train our brains. Think of it like exercise for your mind. Engage in activities that challenge you mentally. This could be learning a new skill, like a musical instrument or a new language. Memory games, puzzles, and even reading regularly can help keep your neural pathways active and strong. These activities help build cognitive reserve, which is like a backup system for your brain. So my dear friends, we've journeyed together through the 6 common habits that can pose a threat to our memory after 65. We've seen how lack of sleep, a high-sugar diet, social isolation, a sedentary lifestyle, excessive alcohol, and chronic stress can silently chip away at our cognitive abilities. But more importantly, we've also seen that there is so much we can do. The power to protect and even enhance our memory is largely within our hands. It's not about making drastic, overwhelming changes all at once. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. Perhaps you can choose just one of these areas to focus on this week. Which habit feels like the easiest one for you to start addressing? Or which positive change feels most appealing to begin with? Remember, every positive choice you make is an investment in your brain health and in preserving those beautiful memories that make up the tapestry of your life. It's never too late to start. Let's choose to nurture our minds, cherish our memories, and embrace our golden years with clarity, vitality, and joy. Thank you for listening, and I truly hope this guidance offers you both comfort and a clear path forward. Take care.